self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists. What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am Calamity Red.
And we are Conversation Con Artists, back for another wonderful episode and shit. I want to let y'all know about the website, www.conversationconartists.com. Go check that out so you can check out our articles, some of our new episodes, old episodes, and you can leave us some input from the mail. Click. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. MISTER_on point.
And I can be found at red_calamity. We are still doing the listener letter portion of the show. If you have a question that you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it in to the website, or you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartists@gmail.com. And we only have one question this week. And the question is, can you turn a hoe into a housewife? Well, it depends on why she's a hoe.
I think we got to take into account the level of her wholeness. Like, what is a hoe in this situation?
Yeah.
I mean,
because people throw that around very loosely.
Yeah.
I mean, I say it depends on why she's a hoe, because if it's somebody that does this because it fulfills something in themselves, and this is from a counselor standpoint, but if they do this as something that fulfills something in themselves that they haven't worked out, then no. Because unless she worked that out, whatever it is that's got her out here feeling, because some people get their identity or they get their confidence from how many men find them appealing. So if that's the case, her being with you is not going to make that part of her go away. So she's still going to be susceptible to like other niggas. So for me, it's why she a hoe. Now, she's just somebody who, feel like dudes can do it, so I can do it. Or
and just like sex and it's fun and enjoyable.
Then maybe, I guess.
She can turn off the whole switch.
Yeah. Or you could just, you might have to do some freaky shit. Like you may have to swing from chandeliers or she, it may be some extra stuff you have to do, but I guess it's possible depending on what she used to. I don't really know.
So what you saying is you can't turn a original hoe into a housewife, but you can turn a conditional hoe into a housewife.
Yeah. I guess.
So therapeutic plug, not without counseling. You can come and get some therapy services, and we can get rid of them daddy issues, or at least help you find worth in more than just what men find worth in you. You can find worth in the person that look in the mirror in yourself.
Because folks get with women like that, and then the guy can't figure out why he's not enough. It's not that you're not enough, it's that she's not enough. She's not enough for herself. So if you get validation from these outside sources, you being with this person is not going to change the fact that you don't validate yourself. So like, you can do everything in the world for her. It's not about you. It's the issue is with her, and that issue hasn't been resolved. So it's going to continue to be a problem. Like, she going to keep doing what she know that works and makes her feel good about herself.
But going from a hoe to a housewife is a full extreme.
It is.
I mean, why don't they say go from a hoe to a wife with a job?
Oh yeah.
Like you just straight housewife. You just stay at home all day and be a wife.
Ain't got nothing better to do with your time but reminisce over there.
Exactly. She gonna think about you being gone and all the meats that she done had in her life.
I hate you so much. Oh, like if you in the military, you're like gone. Ugh.
It's a whole genre of military women that get it in while they gone.
Which is fucked up, because I've had clients that have been the men in those situations who come back home to some fuck shit, or you've been gone for 6 months and you come back and she 3 months pregnant. Like, that's some shit.
That's what makes it hard for a lot of veterans. That's why they get back here and be like, this ain't no shit that I recognize. I'm getting the fuck back. I'm signing back up for another fucking tour. Yeah. They come over here and can't adjust. First off, they've been trained to be killing machines. They've been desensitized to regular people shit.
Yep. They're hyper aware of their surroundings, so they're on alert all the fucking time because they've had to be for a year. And so then they come over here and all your sudden movements is
It's like they're gonna step in the house, greet the dog, look around the house, and say, "You been fucking somebody." You know what that damn war did to my senses? I'm a fucking superhero now.
But I think it's the same way. It's the same way for men, because you never hear, "Can you turn a hoe into a husband?" Cause I don't want no house husband for sure. You gonna fucking work, but it's the same thing. If he gets validation, he feel like a man because of all of these bitches he having sex with, then he gonna keep doing that. You're not gonna be enough to validate that because it's something with him. Or if he just a fuck boy who just like doing that, he gonna keep doing that. Then you gonna end up, out here with step kids after you done got married.
So there is not a level of money you can make that you will be satisfied with your husband chilling, taking care of the kids.
No.
None. Mm-mm. So it's about principle for you.
Yes.
That's why it's about principle.
It's the principle of the matter. Mm-mm.
Would you ever, depending on the amount of money that a man could make, be a housewife?
I don't think I could ever be fully a housewife just because I would be bored. I think I might not have a traditional job, right? Like maybe I would do YouTube full time, or maybe I would sell some stuff on Etsy. I would have some kind of a hustle because I just feel like I would be bored. Cause I don't know. Like once your kid, I guess when the kids are born, when they're little and they're still there with you all day, you got shit to do. But once they go to school and he at work and you didn't clean the house up, what the fuck else is there to do? I would get bored. I don't know that I would be able to be just a housewife. I could not work a traditional job. That would be lovely, but I would still be doing something because I would just get bored.
So what you're saying is your principles are gender based.
I guess so.
The man just got to work because he's a man.
Yup.
Okay. But I cannot work if I want to, but I have a hobby because I'm a woman.
Yes.
Okay. That's okay.
Well, that's all right. But here's the thing. I don't know. I also don't know that there's a lot of men that would be able to do that for a long, especially because of how society is and because of what the standards are for men and women in our society. I don't know that a man that would be able to do that for a long period of time. I mean, there are some, but I don't think the average man would be able to do that and not feel some kind of way about it or maybe emasculated. Even if he was cool with it, I feel like his family and friends gonna be like, "She give you an allowance, nigga?"
I wouldn't give a fuck. I would.
Some men could, but again, we've discussed how you're the exception to most rules, so you don't count. We can't use you.
I can use me though.
You're the exception. You're not the rule.
I'll be in the house like Tom Cruise sliding around in socks on a hardwood floor, which it would be because she would pay for it, just so I can slide around in my socks with my drawers and my shirt and my sunglasses on and a broom. Or mop, depending on what kind of cleaning I'm doing. Because I'll be cleaning the fuck out of that house.
Yeah, you would need to be. But I feel like most men wouldn't be able to. Like, they might be able to start out that way, but I feel like eventually they would feel emasculated by that. I've done a couple counsel with folks who, that's been the issue. She makes more money. And he ain't even staying at home. It's emasculating to him. So I don't know that there are a lot of men that would. Like, I know it sounds good in theory, but I just feel like at the end of the day, they would feel some kind of way about it eventually. Like, I don't know that they would be able to.
Eddie Murphy had a Eddie Murphy in Eddie Murphy Raw, I think. Raw, it might have been Delirious. I don't remember which one, but it was Raw. But he talked about Johnny Carson, wife divorcing him, and he was talking about Johnny Carson make $15 million a year. Like, what the fuck kind of job can you have that's gonna make a difference? Like, she gonna do hair on the weekend and be like, well, now we got $15 million and $72. Like, it's a certain level of money that if I make, I wouldn't expect, or maybe just that'll just be savings, I guess. I don't know. Her salary will be savings, or my salary is like, but I would not be able to work. I would rather work because the work I do, I like it.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't like work. It ain't like I work in a mill. I'm breaking my back and working 60 to 80 hours a week to come home and almost die just to wake up and do that shit again in the morning. You know, like some jobs require you to do and have that kind of labor. So I just use my mouth and my damn head to work. And I like doing that shit. So I would not work if I could stay in this field. If I had to stay in this field. Now, if I can get in entertainment somehow, in terms of the podcast, in terms of YouTube, in terms of other stuff, then I might get out of this field just because of all the paperwork and all of that stuff that extra that come along with. I just don't like. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate that they don't put money in mental health. So I'm scrounging around trying to figure out how I'm gonna get paid, and I'm getting paid late by some of these, systems, and it's just problematic.
Yeah,
so it's circumstantial, but there is a certain amount of money that if she was like, it was one of them things where if she was like, no, just stay at home, and she was like, so I mean, you gonna make me stay at home? Yes, okay, I'm staying at home then. I'm okay if you insist. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they got a long way off of turning a hoe into a housewife.
It did, but essentially, it depends on what a person is a hoe. I think we're.
Well, let me ask something. Why would you want to turn a hoe into a housewife?
Listen, I mean,
I know hoes need love too.
Kanye West.
See, this goes back to the definition of a hoe. I mean, all we know about Kim Kardashian is that she just had a lot of meats that we know about. But we don't know the reason. She just might be promiscuous. And along your rules, it's possible to turn her into a housewife.
Not Kanye, though. When he over here in the land of unicorns, he can't give her what the help or push her in the direction to get the help that she would need in order to become,
Well, either he has, or she hoeing behind the scenes, or her whole timer hadn't ran out yet. And when the whole timer run out, she gonna be a hoe again.
I think Kim is a hoe for profit. So right now it's being profitable. Like, it's profitable for her to be with him. Like, she been hoeing for like people with money. So for her, long as she got a good lifestyle,
Ray
I
J
think
didn't
she
have
gonna
more
be
money
cool.
than her when they had that video come out.
Yeah, but that
her
was
allowance was probably more than he was damn
But that
making.
was her stepping stone to get to the bigger bucks, right? Like, cause after that she was with fucking Reggie Bush, and everybody after him was bigger than her. He was the stepping stone to get to this. She didn't have access to them type of dudes. He gave her that access.
But you making it seem as if she knew that he would be the stepping stone
I mean,
with that.
she didn't know.
She took whole chances.
She took a whole chance, and so it paid off.
And she capitalized off of that
She
whole
capitalized off of that whole shit. Now she the queen of whole shit. She the person that hoes look up to.
But what if they the only dude she was with?
Do you believe that?
I don't know. I don't think about how many meats go into women's.
I want you to stop phrasing it like that.
Why?
Because it just sounds icky.
I don't know. I don't think about that.
I mean, again, I think Kim's definition of hoe, or the hoe that I'm defining her with, is not a ton of men. She more like the prostitute hoe that she benefits from it. So she a hoe for profit. She not just a hoe for the sake of being a hoe, or she not a hoe because she gets her confidence from this, so that all these dudes wanted her. She a hoe for profit. So I'm gonna be with you because you have money and you can elevate my status, and I'm gonna be seen, so people not gonna forget about me, because we all know they attention whores. The whole family is. So I'm gonna be with somebody that's gonna allot me the opportunity to be seen. Kanye does that very well. He done started a whole clothing line that she get to fucking.
So what's the difference in that between a hoe and a gold digger? Can you be a gold digger without being a hoe?
I don't think so. How can you be?
I don't know. A gold digger is not typically classified as a hoe because you give more to that person. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not just wham bam thank you ma'am type situation. Like, when you think about hoes,
like gold diggers don't. It's called gold digger because they have to dig for the gold, and so the first dude may not be like, they're gonna have to hop from dude to dude before they land the one that they gonna get. Like, that's part of being a gold digger, is that some of this shit ain't gonna work out the way that you want it, so you're gonna have to bounce from dude to dude until you hit the jackpot. So I think gold diggers are hoes, because you gotta be in order. Like, that first big fish you go after, you may not land him. He may not bite the hook.
I think hoes just got a class system. And upper class hoes is gold diggers. Middle class hoes is, maybe they done had 2 or 3 husbands, you know, left the last one because he was broke as hell, lost a job. And lower class hoes, their money don't even matter. It's just the emotional. I just need to feel loved.
Yeah.
And I'll take it in any form, even if it's just for some pumps.
Yeah. I just, let me say, I don't imagine a universe in which Rick and Morty style, I can't imagine that there are any reds on any plane that are gold diggers. And the reason I say that is this. Look at what gold diggers go through. You know, like look at like these women that have been with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne looks like a sewer rat. He looks disgusting. It's gross. Like, I'm not gonna be able to look at that face for the money. Like, I can't. It's disgusting. Him, fucking Young Thug, like all of these like very unattractive dude. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Like, I know that there's a payday at the end of this.
Money to women is what alcohol is to men when it comes to how you view that person. They might not be fine, but after 3 shots, it's take homeable.
After three meal, but I can't do that. Like, I can't. Cause I gotta look at your face all the time. Like, I got the money in the bank and yeah, I'm able to spend it. If I have a kid with you, that's like money for the next 18 years. But I still gotta look at that face. And
there is a red that is doing that.
No, there is not a red.
There's a red that doing everything on a universe. That's how parallel. That's how multiverse work.
Not that.
There is somebody in a parallel universe that is you that's doing the bullshit that you would never do.
I just believe.
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on which theory. Because if you would actually never do it, there is not a universe that exists in which you are doing it. So maybe
there's not a red out there that's doing this.
It depends on which.
I believe in my heart
theory of multiverse you're going with.
That none of the reds are out here doing this fuck shit. I just don't believe that she would. I would hope not. Cause I can't. I think being a gold digger is a tough job. Cause you got to put up with a whole lot of shit that you don't want to get to that payday. Like, it ain't.
You know, it's a red out there bailing a nigga out of jail, right?
No, the fuck there's not.
Every time.
No, there can't be. There can't be a red that's doing that. I wish I could get all the reds together so that we could like.
Council of Reds.
Just a council of Reds, like the Council of Ricks. I need a Council of Reds.
Y'all need to fucking watch Rick and Morty.
Because none of this makes sense if y'all don't watch Rick and Morty.
Now,
I know y'all.
I will tell you that it will challenge almost everything you know about life and how it exists. But it's a good ass show.
It's fucking hilarious. It's the best thing ever. I'm ready for season 3. Totes.
Yeah, this gonna be a good season.
It is. But so
you can turn a hoe into a housewife. But there's some hoes you can't turn into a housewife without therapy. But why would you want to turn a hoe into a housewife? The question is yet to be answered. That's another letter for another episode.
Oh, again, if you have a question that you would like for us to answer, you can send it into the website or you can send it into the Gmail account, which is conversationconartists@gmail.com. Do you want to start with Mr. Steal Your Grandma?
Let's go with Mr. Steal Your Grandma.
So Mr. Steal Your Grandma, if y'all don't remember, is a gentleman who I think he's only in his 50s, but
I don't know. He looked old as hell. He looked
older than that, but I think he did say he was in his 50s. But he was dressed very young, in shape, wearing shit that was snug.
His clothes were young too.
His clothes were young too. And like his Instagram pictures went viral and people were like, "Oh, this the man that'll steal your grandma." And he became Mr. Steal Your Grandma. Now, at the time, there was a question about his sexuality because some of them pants was tight, and so people had a question about whether or not he would actually steal your grandma or your grandpa. And he came out and was like that he, when people are jealous, they'll make up things and that he was here for the ladies, right? So this week, a young man who says that he was in a relationship with Mr. Steal Your Grandma released all of these pictures for Throwback Thursday of him, Mr. Steal Your Grandma in the bed, laying beside him. They like taking pictures and shit together. So I say all that to say, if you're gonna be out here trying to like act like you're not gay or that you don't like men, that you're not bisexual, whatever the case may be, don't take pictures. because them pictures last forever, and somebody gonna come back a year from now and be like, oh, you don't like dudes? Oh, you don't? What's this? Which is what happened to Mr. Steele, your grandma.
Listen, just because he said I'm here for the ladies didn't mean he was saying I ain't took no meats in the ass before.
What the meat? Stop with the
Give me another word then. You can't be telling me you don't like my words. You need to give me an alternate solution. By the way, somebody did say that beastly was the perfect word.
Beastly is not. Don't do that. And beastly is not the perfect word. Anyhow, so you're saying
I'm a
that
Shogun from Government Name Podcast.
Oh, that's the one who said it. He's hilarious. I love him. So you're saying that there was like a in parentheses, I'm here for the ladies now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here for the ladies this time. You know what I'm saying? Like he whispered that little shit after he said that part. Here for the ladies.
My whole thing is just, if you gonna be out here, look, be who you are. If you're gay, if you're bisexual, be that, because when you try to be something else, folk gonna call you out every time. Because there is no other explanation for you two grown men to be laying in the bed, one of them taking a picture while you sleep. You're not gonna tell me y'all just buddies and y'all just sharing a hotel room, because that's not how that works. Y'all, men in general, are just too homophobic to even. One of y'all would have been on the floor. I feel like one of y'all would have been on the floor.
He just might as well own up to that shit.
Yeah.
He might be like, so? Fuck. Then y'all see the fuck I had on? Y'all thought I was straight? And y'all thought I was straight over lying? What's wrong with y'all? Like, I don't care. I will still take your grandmama out to dinner. And he will, and it's a grandmama that gonna go.
Yeah,
you know why? Because her ass ain't on social media and she didn't see them damn pictures.
I think he looks good for his age. He ain't my cup of tea. I don't like nobody that's gonna wear pants tighter than mine. That's just weird to me, and I ain't here for it. I don't like it.
Did you see him without his beard?
I didn't. I bet it's terrible, though.
It's horrible.
But
Nigga
you
look
know
like a
how I
Sesame
feel
Street
about
character.
beards. I just feel like y'all look better with beards overall. I feel like men in general look better with beards. That's just how I feel.
I'm not happy with people telling me that my beard is a trend. Like, what the fuck?
But it kind of is.
But I done had my fucking beard since I could grow a beard, and now motherfuckers telling me it's a trend.
It's not a trend for you.
Bitch, I had my beard since damn I was 16. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like it. It make it seem like
you're riding the band.
Shaved goddamn 4 years ago, and then when beards came out, motherfuckers started growing a beard. I don't like that shit.
I'm happy about fall because y'all grow your beards when it gets cold for your faces. So I'm excited because I like beards, and I just think y'all look better with stuff covering your faces. But that's just my opinion. So I'm excited about fall. It's hilarious because I get excited about fall because y'all grow y'all beards out, and I think guys get sad because women start covering up when the cold weather come. All of this nakedness is about to go away because it's going to be too cool for it. But I'm excited about.
I'd rather have no nakedness than have this fucking hot ass sun that's about to catch me on fire every time I damn go outside, get in my car.
Oh my God.
Luckily I don't have leather seats.
I do, and it's the worst. It is the fucking worst. Like, I open my door and I just stand there and look at the seat for about a minute before I get in, just like, ugh.
I'm just not willing to sacrifice that shit for myself for nakedness. I'm not.
Well, I know a lot of guys are sad. That I'm also excited. This is so white girl of me, I know, but I'm excited for pumpkin spice stuff too, because I don't like the pumpkin spice latte. I used to, but it's super sweet now to me, and I just don't like it. But I like how pumpkin spice things smell, and my house smells like pumpkin spice right now.
Is it racist to you? I don't know, outside of the can black people be racist thing, is it like prejudiced or discriminatory to like diminish white girls to just pumpkin spice lovers? Is it a problem with doing that?
I mean, I guess some people could see it. I just feel like a lot of the things associated with white people are not like necessarily negative. It's just like how we get all of the negative shit that's associated with us. You liking pumpkin spice because you're white. It's not the most like terrible thing somebody could say, but I don't know, because
I guess you're right. I guess if it was genocide and you talked about white people, it'd be different.
Yeah, but like if you go into like Yankee King, if you go any of these places, they're like, oh my God, like they get really excited about pumpkin things. They just do. I don't know that that's a stereotype. I think it's true. I think they do get really excited. And like the pumpkin spice latte, when that shit come out, it be folks on Instagram like celebrating and shit. Like I said, I used to like it. It's too sweet to me now. It's too sugary.
So if I was listening to a podcast and I heard a white girl say, I know this the blackest side of me, but can't wait for these new watermelon fragrances to come out.
But see, watermelon has a negative connotation when it comes to the black folks. Watermelon and chicken.
What is negative about it? Them shit's delicious.
They are delicious, but black people get relegated to these like chucking and jiving, spitting out watermelon, eating it off the rind kind of shit. I just think there's a more negative connotation. There's not a negative connotation associated with white girls like a pumpkin spice as it is with black folks and watermelon and chicken.
I think we need to find a way to stigmatize pumpkins. We need to make pumpkins horrible so that when white girls and pumpkin spice season come around, they gonna not feel good about it.
Yeah.
Like, we need to figure something out.
That's the thing. It's like watermelon and chicken. I've heard people like that go out on business dinners that like think twice about ordering chicken because if they're like with a bunch of white people because it's stigmatized. White girls don't think twice about getting pumpkin spice shit. They just go get it and they love it. Like, there's not a stigma associated with them liking that. So I don't know that it's the same. Like, there's not a negative connotation with it. It's just they like pumpkin spice shit. I like pumpkin spice shit.
We need to spread some memes around about pumpkins that's gonna make pumpkins horrifying or some shit.
There are funny memes, but they're funny. Like there are because we should like send a bunch of pictures of pumpkins around with Pedo Bear, like connected with something that's horrible in society. White girls will lose their shit. I know, right? They love pumpkin spice. But then we'll get to call them pedo pumpkin spice. I hate you so much. And they'll, it'll give them some conflictions. They won't know what the fuck to feel about it. Yeah, because they don't have that right now. That's why I don't look at it the same as like somebody saying something about watermelon, because there's a negative connotation associated with that. There isn't one with pumpkin spice things. If you believe some negative shit about people in watermelon, it's something wrong with your ass, because that shit is delicious. It's refreshing. It tastes good. It's just wonderful. It's everything. Huge and cheap. It's so good, and it's so good. And if you get a seedless one, you could just eat it without care. I hate getting the seeded ones because then I gotta be spitting out seeds. But the seedless ones it's just amazing. It's just good. I don't understand how anybody cannot like watermelon. It's delicious. Or chicken. Fucking chicken's amazing. Chicken's great. How the fuck did we get here from Mr. Steal Your Grandma? I don't know. There's gonna be another one of them Inception episodes where we talk about we bullshit. Just going deep. But okay, so sticking on the whole beers. That's where it went. It took us all the way out here. Beers and weather, and then pumpkin spice, and then pedo pumpkins. That's what we got to from there. Oh my god, pedo pumpkins. Sticking with this kind of a theme. Young Thug said there's going to be 2 brides at his wedding. I already talked about how I'm not going to have a wedding. If I was going to have a wedding, my groom is not going to fucking wear a dress. I'm going to be the only motherfucker up here in a dress. It's just going to be me, and you not going to have on one. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, his fiance doesn't care that he wears dresses because she's engaged to him, so they getting married. But he said it was... So I guess he planned on wearing a dress to his wedding. Which, I don't know what the fuck that's going to look like. That's going to be an odd-ass wedding. Ain't no telling. Here's the thing. I don't have anything against cross-dressing men. Again, I do what you do. I would much rather people be themselves than to be hiding off doing this shit and I don't know about it. So, be yourself. You like wearing dresses, cool. I just feel like he's one of the most unattractive motherfuckers. Like, even if he was a woman in a dress, like if he was actually female, he just unattractive. Like... I just can't imagine what he gonna look like in a wedding dress. It's like the things nightmares are made of. He's so unattractive. He's so unattractive. In like regular clothes. Like he looked okay on his cover because this is so mean, but his face was covered up with the hat, so you couldn't tell it was him. So that's technically not him looking okay. It's technically the dress. The dress looked okay because his face didn't ruin it. Or the Komodo inspired, I don't know, whatever the fuck that design. I don't know what my brother was trying to convince me. It just seemed like he was in such denial
about wanting to call it a dress.
It is a dress. What? How? It's a dress. What was he trying to call it?
It's supposed to be like a kimono, like a Japanese wear, because they used to wear Japanese.
Not with all them fucking ruffles. What?
That's the inspired part. But some of them did. I mean, I went to go look up some pictures, and some of them did have some designs that would look like a dress were it made by somebody today. It just depending on what, part of Japan that you lived in or from.
But with his history, we all know that was a dress.
I'm not. I know. I don't know but I just think that there's a lot of men that are trying to find ways to justify what he's wearing and what he's doing and what he's saying.
Y'all. Hey, man, guess what? It's a dress. Like, you listening to a dude in a dress. You're listening to his music. You rocking out to it. You rolling down the street, listening to bumping this in your car. He wearing a dress. Like, it ain't no justification. It's a dress.
And
it's a dress.
I will say that it's possible that he's never had sex with a man, but I believe that if he has not, a woman has banged him with a strap on.
Pegging.
He has been pegged before.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, for sure. It's so funny how people try to justify things to themselves, but that's absolutely 100% a fucking dress. He said it was a dress out his own mouth. It's a dress.
I know. The denial is strong.
It's a dress.
With people.
And he gonna have on a dress when he walk down the aisle. I wonder if he gonna wear a veil. He needs to wear a veil, cover that face.
Ain't no telling what the hell. Young Thug is just weird. And not good weird. Weird. But he can do whatever the fuck he want to do. He's a grown man.
Yeah.
Grown ass man wearing a dress.
Hey, listen. Again, I respect people so much more for them being themselves and conforming to what society tells them they have to be. Because see, with him wearing this dress, then I can make a decision about whether or not I want to be with him, as opposed to getting married and coming home when he thought I was gonna work late, and he's standing in the mirror in my clothes. I get to decide on the front end whether or not there's something I want to deal with. And I respect that so much more than if you were around here sneaking around. Do it. Be who you are. So as much as I think he looks terrible in those dresses, I respect his right to wear them. Because, hey, be who you are. If you want to be a very unattractive man in a dress, that is his business.
Well, I mean, clearly, he ain't going to be able to change the unattractive part, as far as you're concerned.
He can't. No. He just looked dirty. Okay. I just made myself sick. Anyhow, I don't want to think about him. Let's get to the because I don't think this is going to be an entertaining part. Teacher Bay, because we never have a differing of opinion. Like, not a lot, but we do differ on this. Teacher Bay, who's like Mr. Steal Your Grandma, in that her photos from her Instagram went viral, and men were like, if I had a teacher in 4th grade that looked like this, I would have failed just to stay in her class. Just like, she's supposed to be the most attractive teacher in the world, as far as at least black men are concerned, anyway. And so people had a problem with what she had on because they felt like what she was wearing in the pictures, and a lot not her Instagram as a whole, but the pictures that were circulating, a lot of them were in the classroom. The ones that are attached to these stories have been in the classroom, and people felt like it wasn't appropriate attire. And the school, I guess, said something to her about it. I'm not sure, like, if they didn't say what they said. They just said that they addressed it with her. That can mean anything, but and so there are people who feel like it's stupid that people felt some kind of way about what she had on, and then there are other people who feel like it was totally inappropriate for her to have those things on. In a nutshell, I think that it was too form-fitting, and so another thing was people felt like it was an attack on black women's bodies. I didn't see it as that, because I feel like the clothes don't fit that way just because she's curvy. If it was just because she's curvy, then I could see that. The clothes fit that way because she bought them to fit that way. Bodycon dresses are made to fit your form. They're made for bitches who hardly have a shape. They will buy a bodycon dress because it's gonna make you look like you have one. That's the purpose of bodycon dresses. They're supposed to fit that way. So it wasn't, the dress didn't fit that way because she curvy. The dress fit that way because it's supposed to fit that way. It's meant to fit that way. Same way with the jeans that she had on. They fit that way because she bought them to fit that way. She could have went up a size and it wouldn't have been as form-fitting as it was. So for me, it wasn't an attack. I didn't feel like our body types were attacked through this, because I know, or I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like she bought those things to fit that way. It didn't just naturally fit that way. It's not that it just happened to fit that way because she's so curvy and there's nothing that she could do. Anything that she wears is gonna fit that way. That ain't how that. Not from my perspective. I feel like she buys her clothes to fit the way that she wants them to fit, and she wants them to fit in a way that's gonna show off her frame. It's not that she couldn't dress. It's not that it's impossible for her to not do that. Like, she's going out of her way to do that, I feel like. And even the poses, like, she's sticking out her hip to make sure you see she did the same pose in all the pictures, with one hip cocked out so you could see see that curve. So I will say that when I was in school, my 4th grade teachers weren't dressed that way. I don't know what teachers dress like now. I ain't got no kids and I'm not in the schools, so I don't know. But I do know when I was in school, I don't remember. And they weren't wearing like boxy shit. They weren't like, they look nice, but just, I don't ever remember any of my teachers wearing like a bodycon dresses weren't a thing, but none of them are wearing, and heels and shit like that.
If one of my teachers did, I wouldn't remember it. I wouldn't remember it because that's not what kids are focused on.
Yeah.
At the 1st and 2nd grade level in elementary school.
Yeah. Well,
maybe you'll find some depending on their upbringing and their environment.
Yeah, I was finna say kids are a little different than we were now,
but for the most part,
yeah.
If she's a good teacher, if the kids like her for how she educates them, that ain't gonna make a difference. To me, it's just a irrelevant, minuscule point. It's something that she probably been doing for the longest, and now because social media came out, now it's an issue. Like, I just think it's a non-issue. It don't make a difference to me. And I don't buy into the generalized idea that anytime a black woman has a curvaceous body, that it must be an attack on her body. Mm-hmm. But we do know that there are attacks on black women's body that are unjust because of the way they've been doing Michelle Obama the whole time.
Yeah.
She been dressing as eloquently as you can. And it's always, talking about her weight, talking about her size, talking about just her natural fit. So that does happen. And so I just can't see, because all of the parents are the ones that are causing all of this fuss, all of this ruckus. We can't say that them parents don't have them problematic motives and problematic views of her pictures because of that.
Is it attack on black women's form if it's black women that are making that are upset about it? Because I belong to a natural hair group, and it's nothing but black women because it's natural hair. They are the ones that have an issue with it. They're black, so is it an attack on their own bodies if they're the ones that are doing it?
I just feel it's black women on social media,
mm-hmm.
but them parents that's going to the school board, they ain't all black.
I know they're not all black, but isn't she teaching at a school in Atlanta? Ain't she in Atlanta?
I have no idea.
I think she's in Atlanta, so a good number of them probably are black.
I don't know.
Because I think she's in Atlanta. She went to ASU. One of the shirts had hornets.
Yeah.
So I think she's in Atlanta. She's a teacher in Atlanta, Georgia. So I think a lot of them are... What I have seen, the outcry on social media has been black women. Black men have been coming to our defense, but black women are the ones that I see like having a problem with it.
Well, most of what I've seen from women is, especially teachers, mm-hmm. is she's following the rules, but I wouldn't wear that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But why wouldn't they wear it? That's what I'm saying. Like, she is following the rule, but there's a reason why, even though that is within the rules, you still wouldn't wear it. Or these teachers still wouldn't wear it. Like I said, for me... So I've worn like pencil leg skirts. I've worn like stuff that's form fitting. It's hard to move around in that shit. Like, and so I can't imagine being somebody that's running after like a 1st or 2nd. I forgot what grade. It's somewhere like 1st or 2nd grade though, right? Like her.
Yeah.
Running after these little badass kids all day in some shit that I can't move around in freely. Like, again, she ain't gotta wear no. I wouldn't wear sweatpants. I would if they would allow me to. Professionally, I wouldn't wear sweatpants, but I've worn stuff like that dress, and that shit is hard to move around. And she had on heels with the dress.
But if that's been like, if you wear that since she been 15 or 16, mm-hmm. if you wear that for your whole life, that's not a consideration. The ease of movement is not. You've already committed to the issues that come with dressing the way that you like to dress, be it because you want to accentuate your curves, or be it because your environment told you that this is how you gonna get a man or be in a relationship. Whatever reason that she wears that, I just don't. If it was a problem, a rule would have existed already to address it. If it was a immediate problem, and it would be one that's all over the country. And women, that you wouldn't be able to get these kind of pictures from teachers like this. Yeah,
but again, there's a reason why, even with the rules not being what it is, that there are teachers who are saying, I wouldn't do that, or that I wouldn't put that on.
Because, I mean, if you say that just because one teacher says I wouldn't do that, that it means that the whole genre of teachers must feel the same way. I mean, there are outliers in every group. Yeah. It's going to be teachers that dress super conservative because they in front of kids, and it's going to be some that they dress out there that's still within the rules, but may be considered inappropriate to another group of teachers. But those teachers that said I wouldn't do it ain't saying that she wrong either, or ain't saying that she shouldn't wear it either. They just saying as a matter of opinion that they wouldn't wear it themselves.
At the end of the day, the school board is going to do whatever they need to do in order to save face with the parents. So if there are parents coming up there saying, oh, this is inappropriate or whatever, they're going to change the rule to encapsulate that so she will be out of compliance if she does that. And that's as simple as saying that it can't be form fitting, because again, it ain't her body type that's the reason why her clothes fit that way. Her clothes fit that way because she bought them to fit that way. Because if she go up a size, them pants, those jeans that she had on would not be like, shit, you can't even like grab the fabric on her jeans. Like, they're that fucking tight. So if she could just go up a size and that would take care of that. Same thing with the t-shirt. If she went up a size, it wouldn't be as form fitting on her. It's not because of her size. It's not because of her shape. It's because she bought her clothes to fit that way.
But there's nothing that's telling her that she can't buy her clothes tight if she like them to be tight.
Yeah.
It's just this subjective notion of inappropriateness that these parents are bringing out. And so for me, it gets into a weird position of leverage, because the school board can say, okay, parents, we already got our rules and she's following them, so forget y'all.
Yeah. Because
when you put the power into these parents and their subjective notions of what's right or wrong, you start to get into a situation. Because what if you start getting into, well, we should put the prayers back in the schools, and what if they like? There are a lot of irrational parents, and there are a lot of splits and things like. So
but
to me, if she went
viral, this ain't just like a local outcry. These photos have gone viral and they're everywhere right now. So it's not just them kowtowing to the parents that are there. They're being looked at now by everybody because this shit then went viral. The whole country looking at this now. Or this is a conversation that is being had everywhere, not just in Atlanta, not just in her school system. This is a conversation that's being that's happening now everywhere because she went viral.
But these same parents been coming to pick up their kids and been seeing her. Yeah. So either she hadn't been wearing this stuff that much, or people start getting into that public opinion and their mind start changing into what they deem inappropriate now. Mm-hmm. Either way, the school already had a system set up. Mm-hmm. They already had rules set up. I'm saying I don't think it's a problem. The schools didn't even think it's a problem. It's a problem only by public opinion, and they're only addressing it because of public opinion. They're not addressing it because it's wrong. They may not even be addressing it because they think she should change. They will be addressing it because of this subjective notion that parents feel like it's inappropriate. And all I'm saying is, it was a non-issue before it became viral. So in reality, to me, it's actually a non-issue. It's only an issue by public opinion. That's it. And so to me, if I walk into school and the teacher got that on one of my class, I'm get my kid, see what the fuck they learned today, and get the fuck on back to my house. I wouldn't care. Wouldn't make a difference to me.
I would probably side at her like, why the fuck you got this on? Like, why would you dress like this for some second graders?
What if she live an hour away from home? And what if she got a date after the damn thing? Like, I don't know. I need to know how frequent this is. Like, to me, I think it makes a difference. I think it makes a difference if she's wearing this every single day. If she got form-fitting something on every single day, and she acting all sexy, and she, opposed to how she carry herself in front of the kids, versus if this is just some isolated instances where maybe the principal can say, hey, that dress is a little, this social media stuff is going on, so, you might want to tone it. Like, it's a difference to me in those things. So maybe if she trying to get a husband as a teacher by these men coming in to get their kids and stuff, if she's trying to do that, maybe it's inappropriate. But if that ain't her intention, if she's just every now and then feel good in what she got on and it follows the rules, I don't see what the problem is.
I guess. Again, her pose in all the pictures was like it ain't like she was just standing there like, look at my classroom. Every time she made sure that you were gonna see that she has this hourglass figure. There ain't no way for you to ignore that because of how she was, and it was every picture. That was the same pose.
But it's also a personal, private picture. I mean, it ain't. It
don't work that way when you have certain jobs.
Well,
though.
if she's standing at the chalkboard with that, like if
she was standing out, yeah.
No, I'm saying with the kids, if she teaching a lesson and doing that, if the principal come in, will the principal see her doing that?
I just feel like it's common sense to not do shit like that at your job. I would never go in my office and like lay on my couch and take like a sexy picture and post it on my social media. I ain't finna fucking do that because I know if at any point my job see that shit, they gonna probably have a problem with that. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. Like, to me, that's just common sense. Why would you do that? Like, or there are certain jobs, like, we're told all the time about how my social media is not connected to my name because clients I don't want it to be where I have to be conscious of what I'm doing because one of my clients may find me. So the way I have all of my shit set up is where you're not going to find me unless you know what to look for. Nothing is under my actual name that people that I work with know because I know what the perception can be of somebody who comes in, because my personality, like my real personality as opposed to how I am at the office, is completely different, and it would be a problem if people saw that outside of what I do. So because of what I do, I have to remain conscious of that, and so my shit ain't connected to my job, so that there won't be this would never be my issue. I would never have to deal with this because my shit isn't connected to what I do. It's not connected to my job at all.
What I think the variable is assuming that the pose is intentionally provocative. Like, if she been posing like that since she was 15, that's just how she posed.
That don't make it. She could have been posing that way at 15 because it was provocative. Just because she been doing it since she was 15 doesn't mean that the intent behind it isn't for you to see her
But
ass.
that don't mean the expectation should be for her to just start standing up straight.
She ain't gotta stand up.
The day after
Did you see these pictures?
I saw the pictures.
She ain't gotta stand up straight, but she looked like she was finna break her hip from cocking it so hard. Like, it was obvious that she was trying to show off her shape, which is not a problem. It's her body if she want to do that. But it don't need to be connected to your job as a teacher, and you don't need to be you in your classroom doing that, because then it leaves it open to where people can have opinions and comments, and it might affect your job. I'm not finna do shit. I got bills, and so if I lose this little piece of shit job I have, it's gonna be a problem. So I'm not gonna skirt the lines of the rules. I'm not gonna be right within the rules so that I can be like, well, it wasn't the rules that I couldn't do this. I'm not gonna be on the borderline of the rules. That's just me personally. She could do whatever she wants, but also people have a right to have an opinion, and they're going to. And with something like this, sometimes your place of employment not gonna be on your side. It's gonna be on the side with public opinion, because they got these parents coming up here, so they're gonna do what they have to do to cover their ass. They're not gonna be concerned about you, this one teacher.
I hope the parents lose.
I don't think they will.
I hope they lose the battle.
I doubt they will.
I know they've asked her to take some pictures off of her profile.
Mm-hmm. Even that, the fact that they're policing now her social media and saying take these pictures down is a win for the parents. It's an inconvenience for her. She now can't. And going forward, you don't think she's gonna be conscious of what she posting now? Now that people are looking at her fucking account.
Only because it can go one or two ways. She can say, "Well, I love teaching. Let me, simmer this down because I'm here to teach." Mm-hmm. Clearly, nobody else gives a fuck about the teaching part of this situation, but I'm here to teach, so I'll simmer it down. She can either simmer it down on her own because of what she's trying to accomplish, or she can be a rebel. She can say, look, ain't nothing wrong with what I do, and I'm going to continue doing it. I'm following the rules. Change the rules, and then I'll change. But right now, I'm not breaking any rules. It just depends on her personality. I ain't heard nothing from her. All I seen is her pictures. I ain't heard seen no responses or anything from her about this situation, but just like I said, I just think it's just a non-issue. I just don't think that it's something that people have to worry about, You know, but since they are worrying about it, clearly somebody's going to address it.
If she was dressing that way in a high school, would it be different? Would you feel differently about it if she was teaching 10th, 11th graders?
Not as far as I'm concerned.
Why?
Because the way that I feel is I feel I would have to tell a girl not to wear short dress if she, you know, don't want to get assaulted. I feel
but
like
they are told that.
No. But it's frowned upon.
It is.
We not supposed to be telling people that. I don't tell people that. Mm-hmm. But
that's your personal life. This is a job that you are doing. That's different than saying don't go out to the club with your short dress on, as opposed to saying don't wear this tight ass dress around these teenage boys. Especially with the climate of things with these teachers that are having sex with their students.
But that don't matter. The teachers that been having sex with students might as well have on fucking jogging pants and a t-shirt because they gonna fuck a little boy anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like yes. They ain't wearing tight ass shit and then fucking boys.
This is true.
I don't think it's a problem if that person wants to deal with the shit they gonna deal with from it. Like you gotta suffer. If you don't want to suffer red, don't wear no shit that no boy's gonna be looking at and being like, damn, I love going to red class. Hell yeah, finna go to Miss Red. But if you want to deal with that shit, if you want to wear that shit, if it's within the rules, do it. I don't give a fuck. They don't gotta deal with it. If you teaching my damn kid, if they don't listen to your ass because you got on a tight ass dress, then if they won't listen to nobody else, then shit. If they want to be in your class, if that's the class they not gonna skip and they skip other classes, I promise you they gonna know something about that subject, even vicariously through just sitting in the class, waiting for the damn teacher to get up and show her ass. Like, like I said, to me, it's just another issue. I don't give a fuck. If you want to deal with the bullshit, wear that shit. If you don't want to deal with that bullshit, then dress like motherfucking Mrs. Doubtfire out them bitch. You know what I mean?
You don't have to go all the way to that extreme.
She
you don't
should
have to be Miss Doubtfire.
She should do like that damn lady did at work where she dressed up in all the different colors. She should go dress up like Miss Doubtfire every damn day. Like extreme. She should have shoulder pads and everything. Or she should wear a t-shirt that's extremely too big. Like a 5X t-shirt. It's still in the rules, but it come all the way down to the floor on her.
She'd be just like the boys then. They wear them tall tees and they 5 foot nothing.
Yeah.
Look, you got this tall tee on. Look,
now what is the rule gonna be now? I am wearing something that fits. It's bigger than, my size, but it's still following the rules. Like,
sticking with dress and how people dress. Kylie Jenner wore a do-rag, and it was like this huge thing in the fashion world. And black folks was just like, bitch, we've been wearing do-rags. And we've been stigmatized. Like, black men that wear the do-rags all the time are stigmatized. But this little Armenian, because she's not white, this little Armenian girl comes to New York Fashion Week with a white fucking do-rag on. And it's like this huge fashion thing. And it's like, what? Seriously?
Are we sure that it's such a huge fashion thing?
She made headlines for it.
She made headlines for it because black people was mad. Not because white people was like, damn, that's some new shit I'm finna start doing. Like, Armenians, they ain't doing that shit. Ain't nobody like, oh shit, a do-rag with the flag out. I'm finna start wearing that motherfucker. I don't think anybody did. I think it made headlines because it's Kylie Jenner. Appropriation is a thing.
It is.
And the negative stereotype of that do-rag for a black man and for a white man a white woman or Armenian. She might as well be fucking white.
I mean, essentially she is, but she's mixed with
to
white.
Not get any of those negative connotations to it. I think that's probably what put it in the headlines. She got that shit from Tiger.
She did, I'm sure.
She saw that shit on the dress and like, what? Let me use that. I'm gonna use that for Fashion Week.
That bitch, she just annoys me. Like, it's the fact that she, for her birthday, wore the fucking fake cornrows. Like, she just annoys me. Maybe
she want to be black.
Oh, I mean, but you not though. You can't be, because it's the what Paul Mooney said. Everybody want to be a nigga, but they don't want to be a nigga. You want to be black for the cool, the things you think are cool about us, but you get to use those things, but you don't have to deal with this bullshit out here. You don't have to deal with this racism and shit that we have to deal with in addition to having the things you think are cool. Like, that's what the problem is that you can't be black though. You just get to use the things you like about us.
The problem is she behind. Because do-rags ain't cool no more.
No, they're not.
The only niggas that's wearing do-rags the same nigga that buys cigarettes loose, got on a pair of Jabos and peanut butter Reeboks.
Oh, Coogee. I did not know people were still wearing Coogee. I didn't know that was still a thing.
It's not. It's the same niggas that still wearing do-rags.
I saw somebody on my Facebook time. I hope she ain't listen to this, but I saw somebody on my Facebook timeline whose daughter, she had in a head to toe Coogee outfit with Coogee all over it. And I was just like, that poor baby does not deserve.
They got that shit out of thrift store.
Why is you taking a picture because you think it's cute? It's not. Why is you got this child in Coogee? Like, it's just, I don't understand. But I just overall hate Kylie Jenner anyway. But I saw that and I was just like, girl.
She might as well just come out with some blackface on.
Well, you know that it was a school, was it in Kentucky?
Mm-hmm.
The sorority girl talking about now it feels so good to finally be a nigga or something to that effect.
She got kicked out of school for that.
Well, they said she already wasn't enrolled.
Really?
The school released a statement saying that she's not affiliated with the university.
If she was, they probably released the same damn statement after they kicked her out.
Then she released that. I can't stand white people. This is to my white people who do things like wear blackface. Don't apologize, because you're not sorry. I can't stand them apologies like that. Sorry but not sorry kind of apologies that they release after the fact. Like somebody needed to fucking tell you that putting on a dark mask on your face and then talking about being a nigga was wrong. Don't act like you didn't realize that this was fucking offensive, or like don't apologize, because we all know you're not sorry. Cause you did it. So, girl, I hate that. Don't apologize. White people, stop apologizing, cause we know y'all not sorry, and we don't give a fuck when you apologize. Let me just tell you that we don't believe you. We don't need it. Like, stop apologizing. Because at this point in time in 2016, you should not need somebody to say, "Hey, white girl, don't do blackface and don't caption it with you a nigga now because it's a problem." Like, you should fucking know that, and you do know that. You just decided to do it anyway because you thought it was funny. So don't apologize. Tired of these whack ass, stupid ass apologies that are not apologies because you're not sorry. Stop apologizing. Just do it. If you're gonna be a racist, be a racist. Be unapologetically racist. Don't be out here trying to save fucking face when shit hit the fan. Just be who you are. Be your racist ass self. She one of them white girls, I'm sure, that's like, but I have a black friend and she didn't say anything about it, so I thought it was okay. Girl.
You get it all out?
I did. Hate that shit. I just don't apologize to me. If you're not sorry, you do some shit to me and you ain't sorry, don't tell me you're sorry then. Just be an asshole. Don't say you're sorry. Because we both know that you're not.
Let's just go and put this blanket statement out there. Blackface is wrong. Don't do it. Don't allow your friends to do it. If your friends ask you, should I do this? Say, hell no. It will not turn out well for you.
It will not.
She didn't even have to damn say, now this is how it feels to be a nigga. She could have just wore blackface. It would have been enough.
Well, the thing is, it was like some kind of facial mask.
Like a facial mask, yeah.
So you could have just posted that without the caption and it probably wouldn't have been a thing. But the caption is what made it blackface. Because you being white using a brown mask doesn't make it black. A facial mask does not make it blackface. But you saying now, I'm finally a nigga. Now it's blackface, bitch. And that was the problem.
Let me tell y'all, the only way this is acceptable to do blackface, white people, is on Snapchat. When Snapchat put out a black person filter, that's the only way.
I hope they never do that.
They've done it.
They've done it?
They put Snoop Dogg up, or they put Bob Marley up.
Oh, yeah.
Which they had a problem with Bob Marley mainly because it was emphasized weed smoking instead of, his other contributions.
Yeah.
But they done that. And on Snapchat, you can choose pictures out of your own photo gallery.
Oh yeah.
So you can be who you want to be for real.
I forgot about that. I don't hardly use Snapchat. So.
I be using it to go to them filters. The way that they got them filters set up is impressive.
It is.
It's impressive how that face recognition. Mm-hmm. That shit is very impressive.
I have the S7 now. I had an S5 before. My S5 was so behind. Like, I would be in the car trying to like snap because a song was on that I like, and the audio would be off because my phone couldn't, like, I guess, process it all together and to keep up. My S7 doesn't do that now. So I use it a lot more now because when I had that 5, it just was not. I would be talking and my lips would be off. It just looked stupid. So I'm just now getting into like trying to use Snapchat. But designers in jail. Yep. Who the fuck is surprised? When I saw this story and I saw that he had guns, I wasn't surprised. I definitely wasn't surprised that he was drugs in the car because he always seemed like he coked out. He just so fucking energetic that it's like he just always seemed coked out to me. So I wasn't surprised about the drugs.
I think it's messed up that every time a rapper get arrested, they say they got guns. Why the fuck not? This America. The same motherfuckers talking about they got guns, or the same motherfuckers saying that everybody should be able to have guns. Gun. Yeah. What they need to say is they have unlicensed, unregistered weapons. Tell me that. Don't just say they got guns.
Yeah.
Say that they got guns and they not supposed to have them. Because according to America, every fucking body's supposed to have guns, and you're not just gonna stigmatize black people when that shit happens.
Yeah.
Because when white folks get arrested, you never hear they got guns. Yeah. And you're not gonna tell me that every white American rock star or actor or anybody that done got arrested just don't have guns.
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell me every one of them like that. But every single black person got guns. Okay.
you done?
Yeah,
you get it out?
I got it
out. Well, just seeing that brought to mind the whole Bobby Shmurda thing, because Bobby Shmurda got arrested for conspiracy to commit murder, and it was some gun. I think there were gun charges in there too, but he was definitely not supposed to have a gun because he had a history. But he was pissed off because he felt like his label should have bonded him out, and they didn't. And so he stayed in jail. Like, he's been in jail. He's never gotten out since they arrested him because his label wouldn't bond him out. And so there was a whole conversation about whether or not they had, because I think everybody goes back to, I think when Tupac got arrested, his label bonded him out at the time. But what you got to understand is that there's a different dynamic there.
Tupac was going to get out of jail and make their bond money back.
Yes.
Bobby Shmurda put out a hit. And
a YouTube viral hit at that. Like, it was that one song that had went viral and they signed him because of it. That was all. Nothing beyond that. So they didn't know.
So they don't know that his next anything gonna be able to pay them back. So they just not willing to take that investment. It's about the money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bail his ass out either. He got murder in his name. And you got murder charges. You made some bad decisions. You should have named yourself some other shit.
Yeah.
Bobby Nice Guy.
And then it wasn't just murder charge. It was like gang related murder charges. Just not good. And he actually just took a plea deal here recently. I think he got to serve 7 years, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna get him time served, man. Because he been in there a while. He been locked up for a while as it is, awaiting trial. Because the trial kept getting pushed back and all of this bullshit. But ain't Designer signed to Kanye? Is he? I
think
Kanye?
He is. Yeah.
I don't see Kanye.
Kanye don't even fuck with his artists like that. No. Kanye sign people and sideline them until he ready to stop doing what he doing and then to help them out. Like,
yeah,
won't make no difference. Kanye probably still gotta pay him under his contract if he signed under a contract.
Yeah.
Then maybe, you know what I'm saying, he'll go bail him out and say, don't do that shit again, or contract void. Realistically, it's probably a clause in the contract that say if they get arrested or go to jail or something, just because of the genre, it probably void a lot of shit.
I'm sure.
To be real.
Yeah.
It would be smart to have that in a contract.
Yeah. Because a lot of, especially like the newer ones, depending on where you find them, like with Bobby Shmurda, Bobby Shmurda was found simply because he had a viral hit on the internet. That don't say nothing about him as a person. Don't say nothing about how he gonna be like to work with business wise.
Yeah.
He just got this viral hit. So you gotta take him where he is. And where he was still on some fuck shit. Yeah. He had just got through doing some gang shit. So it was a problem for the label. I don't know what's gonna happen with Designer. I don't really give a fuck because I'm not a fan, and I don't understand people who are fans of his because you can't understand what he say. Like Panda, fucking Timmy Turner. I cannot understand what he is saying.
Probably Molly music, hell.
Yeah.
Probably music for you to be fucked up to listen to and enjoy. The sounds,
yeah,
them drugs supposed to amplify a lot of ways you experience that shit depending on what drugs you taking. So, some of that music be like that. The auto-tune shit, I'm pretty sure it sound fucking creepy as fuck on some acid.
Everybody kept trying to make Timmy Turner be this like deeper meaning song, and I just don't think that it is. Like, I looked up the lyrics, and I think it's a stretch for you to say that this is a positive, uplifting song. I just don't.
Who said that?
It. There were people that were like talking about before it came, because he released like a video of him doing like a little bit of it, and then the whole song came out, and people were like, "Oh, it's a deeper meaning to the song." First of all, Timmy Turner is a character on Fairly Odd Parents. And the song is about somebody shooting folks. His soul being something with the burner.
Let's not confuse, because the song can be deep. It can have deeper meaning. It can, go down into the depths of your minds trying to figure out what it means. But let's not mistake that it still don't mean shit. It can be a deep ass song that don't mean shit. Let's get out the way. Like, it ain't positive, it ain't good, it don't emphasize shit. A lot of music got some deep ass meanings, but it ain't worth a damn.
Yeah.
And so it can be deep, but we don't know what the fuck Designer got going on. He might have been hopped up on some bullshit when he was.
My money's on that he was. Like, every time I see him and just him perform, even when he ain't perform, he just got too much energy. Like, he just seemed like he hopped up on something all the time. All the time. Like, and I do know that I did not know. I'm a trained fan. I did not know Drops of Jupiter was about death till you told me that, because I took the song at face value. I just like that song. Drops of Jupiter is one of my favorite Train songs, but I didn't know that it was about death.
Yeah, that shit about death.
No idea. Had no clue till you told me. Then when I listened to it after the fact, I could see that
it's like when you die, you become a part of all the universe.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
After you told me that,
yeah,
like I could see where that was, but prior to you telling me that shit, I was just listening to Drops of Jupiter, like happy as fuck.
See, shit can have deep meaning. Just all deep meaning don't mean deep that's worth a damn.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Young Thug probably got deep songs about fucking bitches, and maybe it goes deep into a dialogue that expresses it in a different way, but at the end of the day, it's just about fucking bitches. That's it. Pretty much. They are not songs of substance. They're not songs that have meaning tied to them. It's a lot of those, and some of them you gonna never find out. Like Frank Ocean, he don't tell anybody what his song mean.
Yeah,
and he got all his songs is Rubik's cubes.
I listened to Blonde finally because I had to wait till it got on Spotify because I'm not enough of a fan to buy that shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I listened to.
I have no idea what it is, but that is the allure to listening to it more, because I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out one song, Siegfried. Just because it's titled Siegfried, but I kind of get some of it, but I'm trying to figure out where he at with this song. Like, I feel like I got some kind of interpretation, but that's what I listen to it for. I'm trying to understand it more. Like, I wouldn't listen to Trey songs that many times, because
you know what, Trey songs,
that's it. He just give you what it is, and that's it.
It's so funny because if I'm listening to my satellite radio and a song in his I have to change it. It just grates my nerves. Any song by Trey Songz and Justin Timberlake's Don't Stop the Feeling. I hate that fucking song. I don't know why. I hate it. Anytime it's on, I have to. I hate that song.
You
I
got
don't
some
know why.
paired or repressed memories.
I don't know.
That you done ditched the memory, but the song is the only thing that you have that negative predisposition about.
I hate that Justin Timberlake song. And that shit play. I listen to satellite radio because it doesn't have commercials, and you can just listen to a specific genre if you want to, a station. So, but that shit play on so many different of them stations, and I just be flipping through them shits because I can't. I don't know what it is about that song. Oh, even just now thinking about it, just make my hate that song. I don't know why. I have such a strong reaction to it, but I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And I like Justin Timberlake, but not that fucking song. I hope his next album, I hope that's not indicative of what the next album's gonna be, because I don't like that shit.
His next album gonna be super pop after that damn comment that he had at the Black Jason Williams speech. He gonna be like, I ain't doing shit black. I ain't singing no goddamn R&B. No soul. No blue-eyed soul for these motherfuckers.
I like his blue-eyed soul, though.
He finna probably get back with damn NSYNC.
Oh, he ain't gonna get back with NSYNC. He ain't gonna have to share them ducats. He want the money to himself.
You ain't lying, because he the one that'll be making the money.
Yep.
For everybody else.
Man, he not finna do that. So, that's like Destiny's Child get back together. Beyonce ain't finna do that shit. She would be making the money for them. Like, she not
could
finna
after
do
she
that.
Get a whole bunch of money.
She could.
I mean, she got that kind of money.
She got it already. And Justin Timberlake, them albums, yeah, he could do it too. They ain't finna do that shit. I don't see an NSYNC. Now, see, Backstreet Boys got back together because none of them had a very successful solo anything. So it made sense for them to get back together. But NSYNC and Destiny's Child, they had the one standout person who's so far ahead of everybody else that it just wouldn't be beneficial to them. The fans would like it, but for like money-wise, it wouldn't make sense for Beyonce or Justin because they so far ahead on their own. Like, they would just be helping the other group members make some money.
Do you know the root behind the name Destiny's Child?
I don't know, but I know...
Is Destiny the name of a person that had a kid, or is Destiny like the abstract concept that means your future and a child of that?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird.
And, Kelly was a part of them trying to find the next Destiny's Child, and that group has a weird name, too. Like, the group, it's some weird, like, Destiny's Child... I can't remember what it is, what the name of the group is, but they like went and created making the band.
Fate's first cousin.
It's something stupid like that, but I can't remember
no.
what it is. But the show was like making the band, and that did not work out for P. Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know how successful. I ain't heard no songs from the group, so I don't know. I have no idea, but I think that's it. I feel like that. I always forget. Like, I see stuff that I want to talk about, then I don't write it down, and then I just fucking forget all about it. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it.
All I got is one thing to talk about, and it's just Lil Wayne.
Oh, this nigga.
He went on Skip and Shannon Undisputed, which is a new show on Fox. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, and they talk about I thought they was just gonna be talking about sports. Clearly they're talking about a lot of shit, and they had Lil Wayne on the show. I mean, it's kind of like him and Stephen A show. They just talk about sports, invite other people to talk about the shit, and they asked Lil Wayne about Colin Kaepernick and the national anthem and all that shit, and he said it's just irrelevant to him. It just don't make no difference to him. He said that he named his 4 children and said, those are my nation, my country, my flag, my protest, my not protest. That's all that matters to him, And when Skip went on to ask him, if he's experienced any racism, he said he hasn't experienced racism. And he said, and he went on to say that he looks out at his crowds and just see white faces, and that's supposed to be indicative of racism not existing, and I have to say that I respect Lil Wayne and how he gave that dialogue.
What?
I do, because unlike everybody else in the world, Lil Wayne diminished all of that dialogue through his experience. He didn't say racism don't exist. out there for everybody else. He was saying that I haven't experienced through the lens that I have, which I'm sure he has.
He was nigga from the Ninth Ward. You gonna tell me before you became Lil Wayne and white people listening to your music that you didn't experience racism? I find that very difficult to fuck. Even the fact that when Katrina happened and that whole thing, that's your place. That's where you from. And you had to go and you had to help because the fucking government wasn't doing what they was supposed to do. Like, whatever.
But
Lil
see,
Wayne.
the thing is with Lil Wayne, I just don't think that he is in a position to assess this situation. The same as Raven Simone. I mean, Lil Wayne righteously done been in this world since he was like 7 or 8 of hip hop.
Yeah.
He's grown up not having to want, not having to be considered as a regular black person because he's been a celebrity, because he's been influenced, he's been under the helm of celebrities. And so I just don't think he has the mind set up to understand that what he might be experiencing is racism, and he just might be in a position in his professional self to not be treated the same as other black people are. And when he is treated differently, he don't interpret it that way.
I mean, I guess. I just feel like if Zendaya, who is light skinned and fucking, like, if she is still in situations where she going in grocery stores and experiencing racism because the people don't necessarily realize who she is, and she looks like she's one of these more passing black people than him, I just, whatever. I guess that's through his lens of his experience.
Whatever I'm saying. He could have said racism don't exist. He could have said, all y'all black folks that's talking about racism, y'all crazy.
But then he said that the fact that he look out and he see that the white faces are out there was his clue that racism doesn't exist. Now, he didn't say for me. He just said it doesn't exist.
Before he started saying that dialogue, he said, Skip, I'm not the one you want that answer from of everybody's perspective, because I only have my perspective. And my perspective is, it makes me think that racism don't exist. But he never was saying that this is a view that transcends him. But he was just saying,
the dangerous part is that nobody's gonna make that. They're not gonna make that. They're not gonna see that. Like this, I guarantee you that this will be used by some folks. Lil Wayne said racist. This, we're in post-racial America. Like the people are not gonna make that distinction that he didn't say every black person's experience or whatever. Like they're not gonna make that distinction with what he said. I don't know. You make that distinction.
Well, Lil Wayne was very politically correct.
I mean, he even said he didn't want to get attacked for it because he knew people were gonna have a problem with it before he said it.
With Colin Kaepernick, he just said it's just not my fight. He said, I am never in a position to question another man for his motives.
Now that part I respect. It's the racism and his concerts, and because he see white faces at his concert.
I don't agree with him. I don't agree with him, and know that it's not a determinant. But he said that I haven't experienced racism. He said I don't know if it's because of my blessings. I don't know if it's because of and when Shannon Sharp went on to kind of just tell him what he supposed to be saying, kinda, you know what I'm saying? And Shannon Sharp was like, so what you're saying is, you're not saying that racism don't exist out here for everybody else. You're saying that it exists for you. And he was like, yes. I don't know. I'm not saying that it don't exist. I know other people have different walks of life than me. In my world, I was born into blessings. And so that's how he defined it as blessings. And then Shannon Sharp went on to ask him, so does that mean that, damn, I can't remember what he said. I lost it. But that's just the reason I respect the whole dialogue. He could have came up there and said any number of things that was going to keep him from getting criticized, and he could have generalized it out to everybody. I just think he kept it contained within himself. I just don't feel like it's going to be easy to look at what Lil Wayne said and say, see, Lil Wayne said it. Because I can say, no, he said that for him. He overtly said that for him, and he continued saying throughout the thing that this is just my perspective. This is just about me.
I still find it hard to believe that even with him being who he is, that he hasn't experienced racism. But
that just goes into the dialogue I was talking about. It's not that he hadn't experienced racism. The lens through which he interprets those things is skewed because of the amount of time that he's been in the limelight and that he's been able to be treated outside of that. And then we don't even know how much. From the 17th Ward, we don't even know how much fucking time he spent with white people in his damn youth. He might never spend the day with white people. He might, like, white people didn't come to their neighborhood, and they didn't go to white people's neighborhood. He only stayed in where all the black folks was, in the hood. And it might have been black folks around there, but the black people that had to live in the 17th ward, they wasn't gonna call a black person a nigga. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't gonna treat black people like that in that deep part of, you know, New Orleans at the time.
Did he serve time? He's been through the
He went to jail for a year, but it wasn't no real damn jail.
But I don't. Okay, I guess
I don't know.
Again,
like
from
I said, I don't agree with none of that shit. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot more irresponsible ways he could have handled that. It just seemed like he handled it the most congruent way that he was to keep him from getting in deep shit.
He definitely did a better job than Raven Simone or fucking Stacey Dash has ever done, or fucking Shaq, who has said he doesn't agree with.
Shaq, goddamn Shaq. Shaq done got on Fox saying this damn shit. Like, this the new Stacey Dash.
Nigga. Yeah, so he did a much better job than Shaq did.
But that being said, Lil Wayne's voice, while it's probably naturally deep, that promethazine and smoking and all that shit make him sound like a fucking revving up lawnmower, or like his voice is, I don't know what the fuck to say about it. It just, he got a weird ass voice.
Them teeth don't help either. Them diamond encrusted teeth he has in his mouth.
Lil Wayne's face looks like a dead body that's been embalmed and been laying in a casket, and all the blood rushed to the back of the head, so it ain't none in the front, so it just make your face look fucking skinny and frail. Like, that's what his face look like, kind of, to me.
And again, this is why I could not be a gold digger. I'm not sleeping with Lil Wayne. I'm sorry.
Y'all just Botox.
He got 4 kids. About 4 different beautiful women. Beautiful, gorgeous women. What the fuck?
That's because money to women is like alcohol to men. 3 shots to get a woman beautiful, 3 million to get a man beautiful. That's just how it works.
And fucking Lauren London just had another baby by what's this nigga's name? He ugly too. Oh, what is his name?
I bet he got more than 3 million.
I can't even remember his name. I think like people who are into hip hop will know who he is. Fuck, what is his name? I was just looking at this stuff. He ain't attractive either. Lauren London is a beautiful girl. Like, whatever. She like it, I love it. I mean, I guess I just don't get it.
Every beautiful girl don't get a beautiful man, and every beautiful man don't get a beautiful woman.
I mean, but fuck, there's a continuum. Like, damn. Do you have to go all the way to the opposite end? All the way to the other end of the spectrum?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Ain't nobody beholding that and saying it's beautiful.
Lauren London is. Hell. Nivea is.
Toya. Like, all of these women
Young
are
Thug
gorgeous.
wife ain't ugly.
No, she's not. She's beautiful. He definitely seen.
That's because they done took their money shots.
He's like the physical manifestation of sin. You know, people say ugly is sin. That's what he is. He is the physical manifestation.
Young Thug
of sin. Yes.
So Young Thug is on the bottom of your spectrum.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And where is Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne is above him slightly.
Oh. I think they both at the bottom. I think they
can't be both at the bottom. You got to put one over the other one.
They're so I guess Lil Wayne would be a little bit above him. I guess Lil Wayne is like a hair, a literal hair above him.
Okay.
They both just. They both look dirty. How do you look dirty all the time?
Is it because they got tattoos all over their faces?
I like tats. It ain't that. It's not because there are.
Is it the placement of the tattoos?
I mean, I done seen people like with tattoos from the neck down, and they look good. They don't. What if they had
tattoos on their eyebrow, their eyelids, and on their would that
maybe
compromise the situation?
Maybe a little bit.
I guess if they was already dark. Because it just looked like there's a lot of extra stuff on them that just look weird. That it looked like it could be there. Like if they had some old food on their face, you wouldn't really know if it was old food or they tattoo. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, look, hey Wayne, you got something on your face. Oh damn, that's your tattoo. Shit, my bad.
Yeah, maybe it is that. Cause I mean, I don't want to say it's because they're darker skin tone, but
it's because they dark and they got tattoos, so you can't really see.
I guess
the darkness meshed with the tattoos. It kind of hide them a little bit.
They both just look like if I had on a white suit and I rubbed up against them accidentally, my suit would be dirty. Like wherever I touched them at would now be dirty. That's what they look like to me. Both of them. They just look like grimy. They just look like some grimy niggas. I don't know. I would not procreate for Wayne, me personally. And I hope no reds on none of these planes are out here with a Wayne. I need to make a group of reds. We need to get together so that we can all just make rules. And
none of y'all can get along with
we
each other?
We probably won't get along, but we can make rules for the shit that none of us need to be partaking in. We probably would. I always tell my mom I wish I had a twin, and she was like, "Y'all would have killed each other," and she probably right. I don't know that, and I don't know that the world could have handled.
Well, how would you would have killed each other? Like, it's like one would have had to kill the other one.
Mm-hmm. Oh well,
unless y'all had like a fucking Wild West showdown, turn back to back, both turn and shot at the same time and die. Otherwise, it's gonna be murder.
Yeah. I don't think I needed a sister. I think Jesus knew what he was doing, and I needed brothers, and I needed to be the only girl. I just don't know what that would have looked like. Probably not good. I think
it depends on if she would have been older or younger, and how distant in age she would have been.
Yeah, but see, all of us, the way my mom did this shit, everybody's like 5 years apart. Nobody's any more than that. We're all about 5 years apart. So they would have either been 5 years older or 5 years younger. Like William would have just been a girl and he would have been 5 years younger. Or Mike would have been a girl and been 5 years older. Still would have been in the same place, just would have been different gender.
Which would have made the difference?
I don't know. I just don't think I needed a sister. I think I needed to just have brothers and have all my own shit. Not have to share anything. I was the only one with my own room. It was nice. Didn't have to share clothes. Nothing. I had all my own stuff. My own toys.
Okay.
Other than the gaming systems, when I got into gaming, I had to share that with William. But outside of that, I had my own stuff. It was nice. So, but yeah.
Well, that's all I got. You got anything else on your mind?
Oh, I have valet trash service now.
How does that work?
They put these little, probably about 13-gallon trash cans outside everybody's door. You bring them in. You're only supposed to sit them outside when you have trash for them to get. You have to tie the bags up, put them in that trash can, sit it outside your door, and they just come pick them up.
You got to keep it in your house?
Until you set it outside.
Is it 13 gallons? That ain't too bad.
It's not a big one, but I got to figure out where the fuck I'm going to keep mine because I don't really have room, nowhere to put it. But they come Sunday through Thursday. So like yesterday and today, they won't come. Then they'll start back pick up tomorrow. So Sunday through Thursday, they'll come to your door only if your trash can is sitting outside and pick up your trash so that you don't have to take it. So it's all right. It's just another trash can.
It's the reason that they're going to increase rent next time. You renew your lease.
They already did that shit this year.
And
so
do it again. They're going to say, we offer valet.
They really did this.
Work harder.
They did this because people are disgusting. And so folks will like go, like if the dump truck came, you know, when they come and empty the garbage can, the door is closed because they just swing it, you know, up. And so the door is closed. So like whoever's first to dump out trash, they got to open the door. Folks would just sit in the trash bags on the ground instead of opening the motherfucking door and putting it in the dumpster. Or people would move over the weekend and the dumpsters would get full. And then people would come to throw away trash and then back. So like every Monday almost, the dumpsters were fucking terrible. They were trash. And the people who come to get the dumpsters, they don't get out. All they do is pick up the dumpster and they go. So any shit on the ground, it ain't gonna get got. The trash men don't pick up the bags. They literally just dump the dumpster and that's it. So this, I guess they're hoping to like keep that from being a problem, since people won't be going to take their trash. They'll just wait. Everybody's just gonna wait till Sunday and then let them come get it. They're hoping, I'm sure, because it was crazy. Like every Monday, bags all outside the dumpsters. So now, if somebody move over the weekend and fill up the dumpsters with shit, you know, people who still live in there won't be taking their bags. I guess we'll see. I'm gonna see what it look like tomorrow.
I got you.
See if it make a difference. But Kingston didn't even bark. Like, I put my trash out on Thursday because Thursday was when they started it, and I was fully expecting to know when the man came and got it, or woman, I guess. Because I expected to hear Kingston bark, and I didn't hear them, and he didn't hear them. But when I went to go walk him, the bag was gone. So they tiptoed, quiet as shit. Man.
Maybe they got powers of telekinesis.
That would be a waste of it to take out trash.
Well, if you were a fucking maintenance man that had fucking telekinetic powers,
I wouldn't be no maintenance man no more. I'll find some other way to make that shit make money for me.
You can't have a superpower and have it on blast, because they're going to take you in an experiment on your ass. Like, you got to use your superpower for a regular ass job.
Oh, that would suck.
In a way nobody can see. The only way, like, I got a whole dialogue. You can only be a superhero and be a criminal to benefit from it. Otherwise, you just going to have a superpower to just make your regular life a little bit easier.
That blows. I think I'd probably be a criminal then.
I just want to be the Flash. I just want to have the Flash powers. I just want to get everywhere fucking quick. You don't even know I was. I just show up behind the building and walk from around there. I never use a car. You would never know that I ran there. You would just know that I showed up. That's it.
What power? I don't know what power I would want to have. I think we answered this before. There's so many cool powers.
We should answer it again. We answer it again later.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, until we come to the next conversation.
We out.
Holla.